Good afternoon and welcome to another iGaming Next Power Hour. My name is Jesper Kärrbrink and I'm back on this spot to share some of my thoughts. Are we seeing the end of a historic year? I think we all hope so. This is not the first time my thoughts are heading towards the pandemic, but hopefully one of the last. I still remember when being asked to do a presentation about the impact of COVID in the gaming industry back in March last year. It's basically a year ago. And still, it feels like we have lived with this shit much longer. But now we are close. It's amazing. In less than 12 months, there are several vaccines developed. And now it is our responsibility to get that shot. I understand if some people are worried of getting a newly developed vaccine, but putting this into a larger context, it's a no-brainer. COVID has infected over 100 million and killed millions. But more importantly, it has affected billions in one way or another. It risked our economy, people have lost their jobs, companies have gone bust, and it has affected our daily lives. And the risk of a vaccine seems to be minimal. Looking at the risk of getting blood clots, which seem to be the worst side effect, is less than 1 in 100,000. Compared to birth control pills with 2 in 10,000, it is 20 times less risky. And this is quite fascinating. I have met guys refusing to take the vaccine because of the risk of blood clots. And still, they have gladly accepted their partners to eat pills on a daily basis for years. Hypocrites! We in this industry have been lucky. Most people working here are young and have coped relatively well, as far as I know. And as an industry, we have even gained on people being home more. But nevertheless, the pandemic has to stop now. I want to go back to meet people again without a face mask or keeping a quirky distance. I want to hug friends. I want to eat out whenever and wherever I like. I want to see the small businesses in my neighborhood survive. I want to travel. And I want to scream my head off at a football game with tens of thousands of other people. But enough of COVID for this time. Another thought that I'm coming back to is the consolidation we see now, illustrated by Evolution's acquisition of Big Time Gaming. From the sideline, I like this. It makes business sense. Had I still run a large operator, I would have been a bit more skeptical with circa 40% of my revenue with one provider. Being chairman of an upcoming game provider, this is positive. At some point, operators need to start push alternatives. And finally, look out for the next trend in iGaming, skill-based casino games. Companies like Jade and GameCo have roadmaps with some crazy games, setting a new standard for entertainment. Operators are starting to see the need to add a new type of games on top of slots, sports, table games, and live casino. Not because these are not good enough. On the contrary, as an example, slots has never been better than they are today. And the same with live casinos and sports betting. But if we as an industry want to continue growing, we need to offer a new kind of gambling. And with more than 90% of the population having played hyper-casual games, you don't have to be Einstein to see the opportunity. You just need the balls to develop something no one has developed before. Don't be surprised if I come back to this topic again in the future. And before I hand over to another fantastic hour with the rock stars at iGaming Next, I just want to thank Pierre and his team for gathering the industry like this every month and producing interesting and relevant content with some of the most brilliant people in the industry. and then me. Chair and team, keep up the good work. And the rest of you, I hope to see you soon in Malta. And have a fantastic day.